On rock faces scattered across deserts, forests, mountains, and coastlines, ancient people left behind images that continue to resist simple explanation. These images were not written in words. They were carved, pecked, or painted directly into stone, placed in locations chosen with care, preserved across generations, and repeated with remarkable consistency. Long before telescopes, satellites, or modern language, these marks recorded something seen, remembered, and intentionally passed forward. At first glance, ancient rock art often appears familiar. Animals are depicted with motion and clarity. Hunting scenes, herds, and natural cycles are rendered in ways that align with daily life and survival. These images are grounded. They belong to the earth. Yet above and apart from these familiar depictions, another category of imagery appears: isolated, elevated, and strangely consistent across cultures that never contacted one another. Circular shapes dominate this category. Disc-like forms, elongated ovals, and rounded objects appear repeatedly, carved larger than nearby figures and positioned above human forms. They are not integrated into hunting scenes. They do not interact with animals or tools. They occupy their own visual space, often separated from mythic creatures and symbolic animals by clear boundaries on the stone. Human figures beneath these objects are rendered differently than in other contexts. They are simplified, often with oversized heads, narrow bodies, and minimal detail. Many are shown standing still, arms raised upward, bodies oriented toward the objects above them. These figures are not running, hunting, or engaging with one another. Their posture is static and directed, as if responding to something positioned in the sky rather than on the ground. Scale in these images behaves unnaturally. The objects above are often disproportionately large compared to the figures below, dominating the composition. This is not a failure of artistic skill. The same artists demonstrate accurate proportion when depicting animals and daily activities. The distortion appears deliberate. Humanity is minimized. The objects above are emphasized. What makes these images especially difficult to dismiss is their repetition. Similar forms appear across continents, etched into desert cliffs, hidden deep within caves, painted in forest shelters, and carved high on exposed rock faces. These locations were not chosen for convenience. Many are remote, elevated, acoustically resonant, or aligned with light in specific ways. Accessing them required effort, planning, and intention. In caves, the images are often placed at points where sound behaves unusually. Echoes linger longer, low vibrations resonate through stone. Wind passing outside produces deep, pulsing tones inside. These were not silent galleries. They were sensory environments where sound, darkness, and imagery converged. The experience extended beyond sight alone. The tools used to create these images were simple, yet the execution was precise. Lines maintain consistent depth. Curves hold stable radii. Pigments are applied with restraint, reinforcing rather than obscuring earlier markings. Across generations, newer artists retraced older lines instead of replacing them. The imagery was not reinterpreted, it was preserved. This preservation is one of the most striking aspects. Over centuries, and in some cases millennia, the same shapes were reinforced again and again. While other images faded, eroded, or were allowed to disappear, these forms were restored. They were not overwritten with new symbols. They were not explained or annotated. They were simply kept intact. Equally striking is what is missing. There are no captions, no written explanations, no legends carved alongside the images to guide interpretation. Even in cultures that later developed writing, these images remained silent. They were left to be seen, not explained. Meaning was preserved through form alone. Modern interpretation struggles here. Archaeology can document age, technique, and location. Anthropology can compare patterns. Astronomy can suggest symbolic readings. Yet none of these disciplines can fully explain why such similar imagery appears across unrelated cultures, preserved with such care, and separated so clearly from mythic and symbolic systems. Archaeology, by necessity, is cautious. It records what can be proven and avoids conclusions that exceed available evidence. As a result, these images are often described in neutral terms: abstract symbols, ritual art, or cosmological representation. These explanations may be valid. They may also be incomplete. The stone itself offers no confirmation. What remains is a persistent gap between what was recorded and what can be confidently explained. The images suggest attention directed upward. They emphasize objects placed above people. They minimize human scale. They repeat forms with unusual consistency across time and geography, and yet they provide no explanation for themselves. As light fades from these sites, the images disappear back into stone. They are not always visible. They emerge and recede depending on time of day, weather, and attention. Their meaning behaves the same way, never fully accessible, never fully absent. These ancient artists did not leave us answers. They left us records, not conclusions, but observations. Not explanations, but forms repeated carefully and carried forward intact. Whatever was seen was important enough to remember, to preserve, and to depict again and again without alteration. The question then is not whether these images prove anything extraordinary. The question is simpler and more unsettling. What did ancient people see that compelled them to record these forms so consistently across such vast spans of time without ever explaining them? The stone does not answer, it only endures. If you want to continue exploring mysteries where observation survives without explanation, subscribe to the channel and join us in the next episode. Repeating signals from deep space. Is someone trying to communicate?